give you a firm answer, because I don't think it's a very...
Thank you. So do we need to vote to approve this now?
You can vote to approve the extension subject to ratification also by the Dutchess County Water and Wastewater Authority.
All right.
I'd just like to ask, how do you feel about it, Jim, being a member of the Master Plan Committee?
Personally, I think we need to get what he said he has, his accomplishments, and then I don't see the advantage of doing this. I don't know, you know, it's like the cart before the horse in a way, personally, is what I think.
Well, I think Carol addressed that somewhat by saying that the committee may not even choose to go ahead with this.
Yeah, I don't know what it buys in the town or anybody. I'm not quite clear on that. I know there's Dutchess County and Stanford, but I want to make sure that Clouser delivers what he said he's accomplished, that we get that all together in some sort of up to date. He provides that to us in a form that's understandable. And I think we need to look and see if he's delivered what he said he's accomplished.
And then the committee will decide whether we go forward from there or not? Oh, that seems fair.
It's just a time frame we're looking for.
Yeah, I like the way Mark put it. It's an escape clause.
It really is. I just don't really want to rush to talk about the town center. I will tell you it's a very big topic among committee members, but we haven't gotten to really address it formally. So I think there's a lot of issues that are going to lead us to that, and we're on the road to do it.
No, I think it's okay. I think my opinion would be, let's do it, but let's get the information, and then the committee decides.
And absolutely picking up on what Jan said, I have sent an additional letter to Dave Clouser outlining specifically what it is we still, he gave us the interim report, we want him to fill in the blanks and the maps and additional information. So we're going to be getting that, and I think, we talked about that, Jim. And,
right.
I think
he's
we're
got to do it, though.
Yeah, he's got to
do it.
Yeah. And not charge us extra.
So the town board can approve the extension of the contract contingent on Dutchess County Water and Wastewater also.
Yeah, and I think
approving it.
I think what's going to happen, unless I miss the boat here, is they're going to approve this on the 16th, and then they're going to come back to Virginia and to the board and ask for your formal approval of that. I think that's what he said in the note, unless he wants it prior to the 16th. He didn't make that clear.
It wasn't. He didn't say that in the note.
He didn't say that in the note. If you want to know.
And I think maybe we can tell Clouser, let's guarantee there's no 5% increase. Keep the same rate. The way the economy is, we do it every day, contract. He'll do it.
Yeah,
There's no increase.
There's the risk of the 5% increase.
There's no increase in this current year, in 2010.
But Chris, what you're saying is no increase.
Period.
Ever.
That's not going to happen.
Okay.
We can ask him.
We can ask him. Go to him.
Okay, I want to discuss it. The 5% increase can be a cap increase, all right? When I originally put the question to Mr. Clouser and the Dutchess County Water Waste Authority, my statement was, all right, let's negotiate in good faith if there is an increase in 2011. And that's what I wanted to put in the contract. Dutchess County Water and Waste Authority said that was unacceptable to them. They needed to have an absolute number of an increase. Otherwise, they weren't going to put the contract out there for an extension.
So, all right, they want an increase with 1%.
So I said, what's acceptable to all the parties, and especially to Mr. Clouser and the Dutchess County Water and Waste Authority, and they said not to exceed 5%. So the most we'll put down there is 5%. I can't, if I don't do this, they're not going to agree to pull the contract back. It's up to 5% increase, Chris. It's not a 5% increase. And I don't even think we're going to get there in 2011 anyway. So I can go back and tell them that we don't want to do that if that's what you guys decide. I fought for 0. I didn't get it.
Well, I don't see the harm in asking him. I mean, I'm not saying, we're going to...
This has been going on for weeks. They're not, the Dutchess County Water and Waste Authority is not giving in on this. Dave Clauser would give in on it, I am sure, but Dutchess County Water and Waste Authority won't.
You mean Dave Clauser would sign, would agree to a contract extension that had no rate increase?
No, that's not true. He would agree to something that said we would agree to negotiate it. He was
Oh, I see.
willing to even say put a cap of 5% on it, not knowing that we probably wouldn't go there. My feeling is that to get the extension, if we're going to do any work in 2011, all right, before we do the work, we will sit down and go, okay, you know, it's not 5%, is it 1%? Because I think 5% is unrealistic, but it's not our issue on the table.
Well, it is our issue in that we're paying the fees. I mean, we could extend this to the end of the year at a 0%
That's correct.
and just do a one-year extension and then revisit it in January 2011.
I
If there's work not,
don't know if that's going to work. We
Why?
have a one-year extension
Mhm.
from the original date, which would bring it to this December. What
Correct.
we're asking for is another 6 months on top of that. And those are the 6 months that are out there at the potential 5%.
and Clauser will not commit to a dollar amount or a fixed percentage increase for that period
He
of time.
would rather not, because he said it could be such that the work he finishes on the contract, which may not be the whole contract, all right, it may be different when we get to that point, should we go forward with his work. But Dutchess County feels very differently, not the county.
Yeah,
The waste-
you've got to be very clear, it's not, Dutchess County Water and Wastewater is not Dutchess County, it's a separate
Correct.
entity.
But they got their money from the county.
Correct.
And if I said to them, we are not going to do this contract extension, right, and we are not going to finish this, and we're going to terminate it now, all right, we're going to get some really bad press from this, because I've already been told that they've committed their money to this, and now we're not going forward with it, and even seeing where we want to go with it. And, you know, they could have given, what I was told is they could have given the money to somebody
Right,
else.
they've appropriated this money, and
Correct.
I think the issue, as I said, the two issues that I think are out there is that can you get it done in 2010? And then that simplifies all the issues. Because you know it's a zero rate increase and it's the work to be done. And honestly, what we're talking about is the potential loss of the matching funds from the county. That is really what we are, all of this transaction, all this discussion is over what Dutchess County, through Dutchess County Water and Wastewater Authority, will fund for this project. So if the project goes to $20,000, that additional $1,000, we have no commitment from Dutchess County Water and Wastewater that they'll pay any portion of it. They'll pay.
And we have no commitment either. If you look at the
Correct.
agreement that they wrote, the total amount is the total amount.
Correct.
And nobody sees an increase coming down the pike.
And he could be at 60% completion and all the money expended for whatever, you know, whether there are overruns or the scope gets different or however it might happen.
Scope's not going to do it.
Well, I'm just saying that if there is something that's done, that's the maximum amount of money that's there. So
Right.
the only real question is do we have to extend the time where we have this work completed by into 2011? And given that, is there a dollar cost value to it?
And I totally agree with you. The issue with this is that this is something that the Master Plan Committee inherited. And the Master Plan Committee didn't start meeting until March. And while we're meeting twice a month, and we did have Dave come in and tell us where he was and show us the maps, right? We're not at the position, this is only June, we're not at the position to tell anybody what we're going to do in reference to the town center. If we make the discussion now and we err wrong, then we're in trouble.